For our cooking video, we are going to be making chocolate chip cookies. So the ingredients are gluten, which is flour. Our second ingredient is baking powder, which is sodium bicarbonate. Our third ingredient is refined halite, which is salt. Our fourth ingredient is partially hydrogenated triglycerides, which is butter. We have white sugar, which is crystalline C12H22O11. We have unrefined C12H22O11, which is brown sugar. We have methyl ether of an aldehyde, which is vanilla. We have 2 calcium carbonate encapsulated avian albumin-coated proteins, which are eggs. And we have chocolate, which is this one. So we have 4 concepts that we're going to talk about in our video. The first being that our mixture of chocolate chip cookies is a heterogeneous mixture. So heterogeneous mixtures are a mixture of 2 or more components. The components are not uniform and they have different properties. A heterogeneous mixture also has substances in different phases. The example of this would be eggs, which are in the liquid phase. The salt and the chocolate chips are in the solid phase. And the baking soda and baking powder react to make carbonic acid, which dissociates into carbon dioxide, which is a gas, and water, which is a liquid.
Yeah, the second concept in baking chocolate chip cookies are the catalysts. In this process, there are 3 catalysts involved, including the baking powder, the baking soda, and the heat. The heat in this process is produced by the oven, which excites the molecules of the ingredients and causes the reactions to carry on forward. And the important part of the catalyst is that it lowers the activation energy needed to carry on the reaction. And there, yeah.
All right, so the third concept that we're going to be talking about is bases. So when you're making chocolate chip cookies, you use baking soda, and baking soda has a basic component to it that just kind of dissociates and basically forms carbon dioxide, which is right here, which will give, it acts as a leavening agent in the cookies, so it basically makes them fluffier because of all the little air pockets. So you always want fluffy cookies, right? That's great. So we also add baking powder, which is very similar to baking soda, except baking powder has a basic and an acidic component, and the acidic component is called potassium bitartrate. So basically what that does, if there's not another acid in the cookies, that's okay when you add baking powder. So it can still act as a leavening agent and make your cookies still fluffy, but in this case we have both of them. So when you're cooking, it's important to to have just a really good ratio of acids to bases, so everything tastes good and not too sour and not too sweet.
The final concept of our video is functional groups. Functional groups are collections of atoms in a molecule that participate in characteristic reactions. One of our ingredients is vanilla extract, which contains an aldehyde functional group. This aldehyde functional group is responsible for the sweet aroma of the compound. Without this aldehyde functional group, the vanilla extract would not be sweet and ruin the cookies. So as you can see, functional groups are important parts of the compounds that make them unique. Now you know how many concepts of organic chemistry you are applying when you do something as simple as baking chocolate chip cookies.